Michael Jackson's Moonwalker video game, only on the Genesis system by Sega.
Way to gas it, Power Team. Whoever said crime doesn't pay must have had my boys in mind. Okay, it's time to go to a video power preview. A Strider is the ultimate warrior of the future. You are Hiryu, the youngest man ever to become a Strider A-class. The game Strider has 4 stages. Kazafu, home of the Strobo-Yan Muscle Man, and Novo, the lethal laser emitter. Siberia, where the mechanical gorilla lurks. Balog, the flying fortress and freaky frog robots make this stage perilous. And Amazon, objective Brontosaurus. Strider, like all the good and noble fighting men, has a favorite weapon, his plasma sword, and a backup weapon, the sickle. When in the enemy territory, look for the following foes. Dipodal Saucer, a roving robot with electrical blasting capability. Terrapodal Robopanther, lethal but limited by time. Hawk Robot, air capability, restricted mobility, highly effective. Strider's been extensively trained to be the world's most effective fighting machine. You have one mission, one goal, one glorious destiny. Get Mayo and get him good.
Hey, Johnny.
What is it, soldier?
You've made a glaring omission, buddy. Why don't you tell him about the 6 meg of memory in Strider? You didn't even mention the sophistication of graphic detail that's a direct result of 16-bit technology.
You're trying to tell me my job.
Well, how could you neglect the multiple animations inherent in the,
You see this board?
Nice talking to you. Goodbye.
Best to duplicate reality.
Look at this defense. The guys aren't in there. Get in there. Get my guys in there.
Former NFL coach John Madden has lent his name to a Sega football game with 17 different teams and more than 100 plays.
I can't stop them. I can't stop this team.
Touchdown! You just can't play a game where you have an offense against a defense. They'll say, what down is it? First down? Boom, I get these guys. Boom, boom. Second down, these are the things you do in second down.
Good blocking, huh?
This game is geared toward a different market than Nintendo, according to the senior editor of Game Pro magazine, Mike Myers.
Right now, 35% of the market are adults, men over age 18, and they want sophisticated sports games, things that are going to challenge them.
Lakers versus Celtics and the NBA playoffs is another game that shoots for realism. Players can slam and jam their way through the playoffs just like the pros.
Charging.
The Sega generation begins with the 16-bit technology of Genesis, delivering twice the power and twice the challenge for twice the fun. Genesis now brings the real arcade experience home for the first time ever. Sega Genesis has got the hottest new games for the 90s. Only Sega, master of arcade entertainment, brings the vivid graphics, dynamic sounds, and unsurpassed gameplay of the arcade hits to your home.
Game Boy. It is the video game craze, the Nintendo craze, but as our consumer editor Paula Lyons shows us this year, Nintendo may be up against some serious competition.
It's your Game Boy! I give it an A. Nintendo!
We're in the thick of television's annual commercial assault. Video game makers are spending $155 million in their battle for the consumer's buck, even though there's never been much of a contest out there. Nintendo has been the hottest, best-selling toy for 3 years running and has cornered over 90% of the video game market.
This Christmas could be Nintendo's biggest and best super-selling season. But will it be its last? Some toy industry analysts think so. Why? They cite recession, increased competition, and Nintendo's own market saturation. 29 million American homes, that's nearly 1 in 3, already have Nintendo.
I think the level of business done in the category is certain to decline, if for no other reason than most households already have their hardware. So if they're only going to buy software going forward, that's a lot less money that's going to be spent on the category.
If decline's coming, kids don't know it. Almost every day after school, these Dobbs Ferry, New York kids gather to play Nintendo.
I like Super Mario Brothers 3 because you can do a lot of stuff that you can't do in real life, like you can fly.
I like the games because like it's just like a TV show, but you're like acting it out and you're not even in it.
when I do get a new game, it's fun to play it a lot because it's like exploring a new place that you've never been before.
But in America, the Nintendo system's brain is an 8-bit computer chip, a technology rapidly becoming outmoded. Nintendo has a more powerful 16-bit system already hot in Japan, but it won't arrive in the States till late next year.
What Nintendo don't? The 16-bit Genesis system by Sega. Genesis does it all.
Sega's Genesis is Nintendo's nemesis. It's one of two 16-bit systems that are already in the U.S. Sega clearly hopes to leapfrog Nintendo by touting 16-bit's advantages.
You get better graphics, more levels of play, better animation on the screen, longer games, just more fun to play. Our sales right now are up about 50% versus a year ago at the consumer level. The market is down. I think that's an indication of where the consumer is going.
Nintendo, however, does not plan to relinquish any ground. It says technology's only one thing.
First and foremost, it's games. It's always games. It's like opening up a new movie theater that's got 16 stereophonic sound. If you don't have any fun movies to watch, who's going to go?
Until Nintendo debuts its Super System here, its customers' appetite for new gadgets is being sated by Game Boy, a portable handheld machine some commercials target at adults.
You don't stop playing because you get old. But you could get old if you stop playing.
Originally, video games were toys. They were boy toys. But now we're seeing about 40% of the users are adult, over 18. About 30% of the users are female. It's no longer a boy toy. It's a form of entertainment.
As game fanatics know, all this fun does not come inexpensively. The hardware for Nintendo's basic 8-bit system is about $100, with additional games about $30. Really popular ones like this play-action football can cost $50. Bad enough. Move on to 16-bit technology like Sega's and NEC's, and the hardware costs $200 and games $50 to $70. There are two big questions. Will enough parents be willing to shell out that kind of money after already investing heavily in 8-bit systems and games? And will they remain loyal to Nintendo if and when they do upgrade? The answers to those questions may very well define the future of the video game industry.
And Paula is with us right now. Paula, just how much of a threat is this? Because the reports say they're on their last leg, the major competition.
Nintendo's a very, very strong company, and so far its competition hasn't been more than a blip on the screen. But some are saying this could be their competitor's opportunity because they've got the 16-bit system.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't have it here until next fall. In Japan, where Nintendo does have it, though, it is flying out of the stores, flying. Will that be repeated here? We don't know. We have a different economy, a different situation, and we're going to have to wait and
And
see.
they're like a year late.
Right.
All right. Paula, thank you very much.
But he got a Genesis system by Sega. Why? Check it out. Arcade screen left, Genesis screen right. If they look the same, you've answered correctly. Besides, Genesis has real-life action in sports games, flying games, and adventure games. The hottest library going. So if you want real arcade action, there's only two ways to get it.
Dave, we got your golden axe.
Or get Genesis by Sega. We bring the arcade experience home.
Golden Axe. In this great Sega arcade hit, you take on mighty warriors, sword-wielding heroines, and dragon-riding knights. Altered Beast, the classic Sega arcade hit included with the Genesis system. Join forces with the mythical powers of the Altered Beast as you dare to enter the mysterious dark world of adventure and terror. Ghouls and Ghosts, the most menacing gang of nasties you'll ever meet in your worst nightmares. Revenge of Shinobi. As a ninja warrior, you face the ultimate test of your abilities to survive. Makes turtle soup out of those other games. Forgotten Worlds. Stay alert, because you'll never know where the next attacker is coming from in this supreme shootout of your life. Super Thunderblade. Over land and sea, you're at the controls of your powerful Mega Chopper in a valiant attempt to defend your country against enemy attack. Super Hang-On. Your ticket to the motorcycle ride of your life. Lean into those hairpin turns and open full throttle to the finish line.
Until now, if you wanted real arcade games, you had to go to the arcades. Now you don't.
Hey, yo, $5.
Sega Genesis has changed all that with games that look, play, and sound like the real arcade games, because they are the real arcade games. From Sega, the masters of arcade entertainment. Now you can play Golden Axe, today's blockbuster arcade hit, at home with 2 new levels not even in the arcade game. Plus the hottest library of real arcade hits.
That's city.
But only if you own Genesis. From Sega, we bring the arcade experience home.
Sega Genesis gives you non-stop action games that put you on the edge of your chair and on the threshold of excitement. Last battle. Muster up all your martial arts skills and strategy to battle the evil trio of Gareth, Grom, and Gross. They're uglier than their names. Alex Kidd Enchanted Castle. No kidding around here as Alex maneuvers his way through a maze of forests and obstacles on a mission to rescue his dad. Rambo 3. Yo, your mission is to infiltrate enemy territory and rescue your captain. It's your biggest challenge yet. Mystic Defender. To save beautiful Alexandra, you face snakes, mutated dragons, and fire-breathing caterpillars. And when it comes to exciting sports action, Genesis is the only game in town. And who better to give Sega's great sports game lineup than the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Tommy Lasorda.
Baseball is my life. Gotta start Oz. Hot hitter.
Game time, Tommy.
I'm on my way. Hit away.
Bases loaded, Tommy. What do we do?
Bunt. Shift over. Dead full hitter. Double play. What a game. And even my friend Arnie's got a great game. And I get a kick out of soccer and new basketball.
Game's over, Tommy.
Ain't over till it's over. Genesis by Sega. It's a whole new ball game.
Arnold Palmer Golf. Tee off with the pros. Pick your club and aim for the pin. But don't forget those sand traps and water hazards, or your game won't be up to par. World Championship Soccer. Maneuver the ball downfield and head for the goal. You'll get a kick out of this World Championship competition. Playing Sega Genesis adventure games is an adventure in itself, with great games like Phantasy Star 2. Mother Brain has taken over the star system. The bio monsters have gone mad, and so will you, after hundreds of hours of great adventure gameplay. And if strategy is your game, then Sega Genesis is the name. Like Zoom. 36 levels of hilarious hysteria as you try to escape from angry angleheads, wily wormlets, and speedy spheroids. Genesis has a whole new generation of hit titles for the 90s. Over 40 new games this year alone, developed by Sega or third-party game designers. And to be released later this year, great games like Dick Tracy, Moonwalker, E-SWAT, Super Basketball, F-15 Strike Eagle 2, Super Monaco Grand Prix, Ghostbusters, and 688 Attack Zone. And that's not all, because another great feature of the Genesis system is its expansion capabilities through various add-ons, such as the Sega Genesis Arcade Power Stick, which provides you with a variety of great game features like Mega Fire for automatic repeat firing, or Variable Mega Fire for presetting the automatic firing speed. You can expand your Genesis game library to include over 90 great Sega Master System titles. Together, that's over 40 original Genesis games, plus over 90 Master System games, including classics like Reggie Jackson Baseball, Walter Payton Football, and the old-time Master System favorite, Rocky. Now that's a new generation of games. It's Sega for the 90s, the new generation. New generation systems, new generation games, and a new generation of value. They're all part of the Sega generation for the 90s.